What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to go over a bunch of online income opportunities that are currently available. This is something that I used to wonder, is it possible to earn money online? Is it possible to be your own boss? Is it possible? I would always ask that question. Is it possible? And nowadays, I don't even comprehend that way of thinking because it's so obvious to me that there are so many different things that you can do with a computer to earn money online, whether you're in Africa, in Morocco, in Japan, or in the United States or England. No matter where you are, there is stuff that you can do online to earn money. And there are so many different opportunities that the question, is this possible, doesn't even make sense. That's like saying, is it possible to earn money as a doctor? Well, yeah, of course it's possible. You got to go through like 8 to 16 years of schooling, but it's definitely possible. It seems quite silly to ask the question, can a doctor earn money though, doesn't it? Whereas when it comes to earning money online, all of us are all about asking that question. We're like, is that even doable? Can that even be done? Is that even a thing? And looking back, it's quite a silly question to ask. Because essentially, it's exactly the same as asking if a doctor can earn money. Of course you can. It's just a matter of you identifying the information. The internet changed everything. Like everything. Like for me, for example, I got kicked out of high school. I got kicked out of college. I literally have no credentials except a GED. And I'm able to pay my rent, pay my bills, do nice things for my friends, live a pretty decent life. I don't have a car, but I only have to work for 30 minutes to an hour a day. And if I want to work more than that, I can. Or I could just go outside, meet strangers, interact with the world, right? And I only have a GED. I don't have anything to prove to anybody that I'm worth anything, but I'm still able to live this amazing, fascinating life. And it's because of the internet. Okay, so for the rest of this video, I'm going to go over a few of the many ways that you can earn money online. Alright, so the first and most obvious one, if you know my channel, is dropshipping. So this isn't going to be about how to dropship. I'm just going to explain this concept to you real quick. Alright, so nowadays you can order pretty much anything from anywhere, right? You guys know what Amazon is, I'm assuming. If you don't, I could go here, click on one of these things, and I could order this, and I could have it shipped to virtually any address in the United States and show up in someone's doorstep in 2 days. That's really useful. And I know a lot of people use Amazon, but apparently not everybody. And you can literally sell stuff from Amazon on different marketplaces, and then people buy it from you, and you literally order it from Amazon. It's insane, right? Now, for you to really understand what I'm talking about here, let's take a look at an example. So this is an item we can get on Amazon for $16. We can essentially pay Amazon $16, and this item is going to materialize on somebody's doorstep in 2 days, in about 48 hours, right? So there's many marketplaces where you can sell stuff. eBay and Amazon are two of the bigger ones, but there's tons. So now let's look on eBay for this. Oh, huh. All right, it's not identical, not the same. Oh, here we go. This is the same. All right. Same item, right? Yep. Same item, identical. They're selling it for $30, and they can buy it for $16. And they've sold 250 of them. Huh. It's kind of fascinating, isn't it? Isn't it insane that people will actually purchase these products? Like, absolutely insane. This is the wrong product. I see this now. I was going to say, that makes too much sense. That's too expensive. The one that is for sale here is the 24-ounce version, which is essentially the same price. So this is a bad example. But what we can do is go back and find a listing that actually is what I'm talking about here. 20 ounce. We're looking for 16-ounce stainless steel. 16-ounce stainless steel. And it can be hard to, like, imagine that people will actually pay more. And, like, the number one question that everyone always has when they start getting into drop shipping, it's like, oh, is that even possible? They're going to get it in an Amazon box. They're going to see the price, yada, yada. And the reality is it doesn't matter. You're talking about people who are willing to buy something for more than it is for sale on an Amazon, on a website like Amazon. They don't do the 2 minutes of research necessary to identify where the cheapest product is. And it is true that the cheapest products do sell more, but that doesn't mean that only the cheap products sell. There are ways to get people to pay you more for stuff, even when other people have it available for less, right? It's insane, okay? And that's the basic premise of dropshipping, is using places like Amazon or Walmart or Kmart or Target or Bed Bath & Beyond or Sears or Hayneedle or AliExpress. You get the gist of it. Anywhere that you can make stuff show up on people's doorstep, essentially, you can make as part of a business. As long as you're willing to accept that whatever preconceptions you have about the way this works, any thoughts that you have that don't come from experience, you can count on them being wrong, all right? And for Walmart, for example, if I were to order something from Walmart, it would show up in a customer's box that says how much I paid, and it would be from Walmart.com. The customer would be able to look at all this information and see how much I earned from the sale. This alone stops a load of people from even bothering to try dropshipping, because they think, oh, the customer's going to get the box and they're just going to complain, and that's not how it works, guys. If you can count on anything in this world, it's that people are going to tell you that shit's not possible, that it can't be done. And this is most likely going to be the first opinion that you come across regarding any subject. The reality is that we live in a time where most humans have been instructed to live in a world that existed 40 or 50 years ago. We place huge importance on traditional formal education. And the problem here isn't with education. Education is fucking amazing. Information is key. If you have access to information, you change everything, right? But unfortunately, most of us are still using really archaic, outdated ways to acquire information. I'll share with you a little hint here. Like, with all this crap that happened from me in eBay, right? Like, I essentially paid a couple grand or whatever to learn a bunch of information. And people are intensely perturbed by this sometimes. They think that it's ridiculous to do some kind of business where at certain times you lose money. Yet, most of our society is perfectly fine with dropping 100 grand on a degree that they're gonna spend years of their life paying back. Yet, people are unwilling to take a risk to get information in a non-traditional means. And essentially, what I'm trying to communicate to you here is you can have everything you want. You can have exactly the lifestyle you want without working barely at all. It's insane. And all you have to do is get good at using the internet. So the biggest concept here when it comes to earning money online is establishing traffic. All right? I've only talked to you about dropshipping so far, but as we go through the rest of this video and you see these other things that one can do to earn money, you're going to start to see how what it boils down to is generating traffic. If you can get yourself in a position where you are generating traffic, suddenly people give you stuff for free. People are willing to give you 20 to 30% of the cost of their product just because you can give them the traffic necessary to make sales. When it comes to the internet, the people who have the power are the people who have traffic. Okay? This is why eBay exists. We as sellers pay eBay 10% of the item cost because eBay gives us traffic. Okay? eBay is just one marketplace, right? And remember, you could sell things physically on eBay. You could get things from Craigslist. You can buy things like Magic cards or Nintendo products. You can find in-demand stuff that is essentially guaranteed to sell within 48 hours if you price it properly at profit. There's a whole world of stuff you could do from Craigslist alone. And now Craigslist as an opportunity is much more relevant to those of you in urban locations where there are way, way more people. Generally, if you're in a city, it's going to be much easier for you to find stuff to resell. Whereas if you're in a more rural area, there's just not enough volume to reliably get this to happen. And if you're based overseas, well then, I mean, you can't even use Craigslist. So essentially, you'd have to use something else, which essentially could be like the Facebook marketplace. Facebook is huge overseas, right? And you can sell stuff on it, right? So you can acquire stuff on Facebook, resell it, and that's an opportunity that you have access to as long as there's a Facebook marketplace and you're in an urban area, whether you're in Morocco or the United States or Japan, wherever you are. These kind of opportunities exist as long as you're able to network and meet individuals and kind of resell products, right? So that's one thing you can do is actual physical resale, right? And another version of this is commission sales. So essentially, people give you stuff and then you sell it, and then you wait for a return or whatever, and then you give them the money from the sale. And you would be amazed how willing people are to just give you stuff they've had lying around their house. Sometimes stuff worth a couple $100, maybe even $1,000 or $2. If you can get 20% of that sale, of a $1,000 sale, it takes you an hour to process everything, do the sale, package it when it sells. You can earn $200 from that. And like, obviously, that's a pretty ideal circumstance, but you can absolutely find people who have stuff they bought frivolously that they want to get rid of, especially people with a lot of money. Like, you can just, man, I at one point worked as like kind of a carpenter. And I would help build, I worked for this closet company. So really wealthy people would pay us like tens of thousands of dollars to build them really fancy closets to put all of their clothes in. This is an odd experience for me, going from like renting a room, barely being able to afford it, living that life, and then for work going into these mansions. It was just odd. And there was this one experience I had where there was like 3 bags of trash in the lady's driveway. And she gave us $200 to take the trash to the dumpster. We literally put the trash bag from the driveway into the truck. And then on the way home, or on the way when we got back to the warehouse, we put it in the dumpster. It was about 10 minutes of work. And these people had so much money that they were willing to pay somebody $200 to save them like 20 minutes, essentially. It's insane. Like, really, when it comes to earning money online, or even just earning money in life, a lot of it is just about believing in yourself and seeing that there's so many opportunities around us. And the reality is, we like to think that people in the world don't have access to opportunity. And that's why only a few people kind of make it and have really amazing lives with everything that they want. But you know, one thing that I take great comfort in that I've learned about the world is that it's not about the opportunity you have access to. It's about your ability to change the way that you think. Because the reality is that for most humans, we have convinced ourselves that we have to do it the hard way. That this easier lifestyle, this happiness thing, isn't worth it. It's not real. And that's the great irony of human existence, is if you just change the way you think and you expose yourself to information, within a couple of years, your life changes drastically. And this is something that, you know, all of us have access to. The reality is, all you got to do is make yourself good to people. Be a person who has a lot of information and shares it willingly. This is going to bring people closer to you. It's going to draw people to you. You will become magnetic And within a couple years, the next thing you know, loneliness, these kinds of problems, not knowing the answer to a problem, these are all things in the past. It's possible to completely transform your life if you transform the way that you think. And ultimately, all you really have to do is start to challenge your preconceptions. And I've gotten a bit too abstract here, so I'm going to get more into other ways that you can earn money online in a second. But your preconceptions are what holds you back. So, quick lesson here. A preconception is a thought that you have about something, a judgment that you have that isn't based on experience. You've heard somebody say something bad, and you've internalized that. And instead of exposing yourself to that scenario, you would think it's not worth even trying in the first place. This is a preconception. It's something that stops you from giving something a chance. So essentially, all that you have to do in your life is get in the habit of every single day challenging your preconceptions, because the reality is you don't have the lifestyle you have because of lack of opportunity or lack of information or any of this. You have this lifestyle because of the way that you think. If you fail to view and acknowledge the opportunity in the world, you will not get any of it. You have to open your mind and challenge everything you hear. Whenever somebody says that something is worth doing or not worth doing, understand that that is how everybody feels about everything in life. Every time that I have ever done anything that's been worth it, one of the first or second things I was told by somebody is to get my shit together, or that it's not worth it, or that I'm crazy, or that I'm taking huge risks. People are pessimistic. Most people are their own obstacles. So all that you have to do is stop getting in the way of yourself. You have to be good for yourself. You have to do things to change your future. Okay? And it's really not that hard. It only takes 30 minutes to an hour a day to change your life. Can you honestly say, no matter how busy you are, that it's impossible for you to create 30 minutes of your day to put towards your future? All right, now that I've expressed that, I feel like I've given you the spiritual encouragement, motivation, you are your own obstacle crap. Okay, we got that out of the way. So now let's get into some more logistical things of other ways you can earn money online. Because so far, I've only told you about drop shipping and resale. And honestly, these are two that I don't even do at the moment. So they're not even something I'm super invested in right now. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much stuff that you can do. Okay, so now let's get back to that concept I was talking about earlier, which is the concept of establishing traffic. This is where a YouTube channel comes in handy. Okay, now I know that uploading daily videos may seem insane, but I perceive YouTube as the single most time-efficient opportunity that any human on this planet has access to. And the reason for this is because most good things in life come from meeting the right people. Essentially, what YouTube provides you with is for the ability to guarantee that you will meet the people who are going to change your life. No matter how lonely you feel now, no matter how depraved you feel, no matter how you feel that you're introverted and that you don't relate to people and that everybody else is insane and judgmental, the reality is if you make YouTube videos every single day about something that you love, your life will drastically change within 1 to 2 years in ways that you cannot even fathom. The reality is most people will give up. They're not going to be able to believe that it's worth making the videos. But honestly, YouTube doesn't change your life because it's going to give you a bunch of money. YouTube doesn't change your life because you make some video and then that gets you recognized and then everyone thinks you're amazing. YouTube changes your life because of the act of exposing yourself. If you expose your weaknesses, if you fully upload yourself to the internet, it's a way of forcing you to become really self-aware and to overcome your greatest problems. Ideally, well, honestly, almost certainly, you've been traumatized by something in life. Some shit happened to you, something happened with your parents, or there was a divorce, or somebody you know died, or something probably happened to you that's hurt you in some way. Essentially, what YouTube can allow you to do is to take your greatest weakness and transform it into a strength, a source of an almost infinite energy. When I think about how my father died, when I think about what I went through, seeing the person that I love most die, I don't feel sad. I feel filled with this energy to show people how amazing it is to be alive and how you have to be happy, because the only thing that matters is how you interact with other humans. People's memory of you is the only thing that lasts. It's the only thing that actually really matters in the long run. Whatever you're experiencing now, whatever problems, whatever you're going through, there are hundreds of thousands of people who are living the exact same problems you are. And all of these people, most of them are alone. They feel like nobody else in the world feels the same way that they do. And it's absurd. Because we're not alone. Nobody in this world is alone. There are hundreds of thousands of people who have been through almost exactly what you've been through. No matter how unique you think you are, no matter how lonely you feel, the reality is there are tons of people out there, and it's just a matter of meeting the people who will change your life. Uploading YouTube videos regularly is the only way that I know with absolute certainty is going to allow you to exist in the world. It's going to allow people to reach out to you. It's going to bring opportunities to you that completely change your perception of who you are and what this world has to offer. YouTube is by far what I perceive as the biggest opportunity any of you have access to. And that's, again, not because of earning money from YouTube. It's because it is the only way to guarantee that you meet the individuals who you relate to, who change your life. You don't even have to live with these people. You don't have to be around them. You just have to meet them. You just have to be inspired. You just have to be exposed to all of the information that the world has to offer you, okay? So now I'll share a little bit more about YouTube, okay? So I have like 13,000 subscribers now, and YouTube gets easier and easier the bigger your channel gets, because essentially you get paid more and more for less and less work. It's pretty insane. Once you have developed any kind of awareness or any kind of history, like, take my account, for example. I haven't earned that much money dropshipping. The reality is, yeah, I did earn money dropshipping, but I didn't have good spending habits. I would just throw money at problems to fix them, even though they had nothing to do with business. When my friends needed a couple $100s, or I did for some reason, like somebody's car broke down or something happened, I would just take that shit out of cash flow. My business became this entity that just protected the people that I loved and myself. Essentially. And that's really why the eBay account itself ended up getting banned. It's not because it wasn't profitable. It's because I didn't have good spending habits. I would regularly spend money before I had even earned it, right? But that all being said, I have an amazing life. And even though I'm not rich, I haven't earned enough money, but I've been smart about my time and my people. I'm now established in multiple communities. My life has turned around in ways that even a huge, great trauma would have trouble unhinging. It's highly unlikely that I will ever struggle again in the way that I struggled in the past. And ultimately, most of this comes from YouTube. Like, I made videos about dropshipping regularly. The point wasn't to tell people how to do it. The point was to just show people what I'm doing, right? And essentially that put me in a position where I'm like an influential person as a dropshipper, even though I don't dropship at the moment, and even though I wasn't focused on profit and regularly talked about that in my videos, right? Essentially, all you have to do is make videos regularly. That's it. It's going to change everything, you know? And even like you may feel like, oh, you know, Jack, you're just like that. You're just kind of person. I can't do that. How do you think I felt when I posted my first YouTube video? I still, to this day, do not believe that I can make videos. I have to distract myself by listening to music while I'm talking, so I can't hear my words because I'm still too insecure to think that I can make videos for people. Yet, here I am, as a YouTuber, able to do this for a living. And alright, so now let's get into more of the technical stuff. So this ad revenue. Ad revenue from YouTube is something people really like. They're like, oh, how much you get per click, per view, and like, guys, YouTube doesn't work like that anymore. Ad revenue is a very small portion of the money that YouTubers earn. Ad revenue is kind of like, if you get a pretty big YouTube channel, you can use it to pay your rent. If you have a smaller YouTube channel, it'll pay your cell phone bill. Like, it's not where most of the money comes from. Most of the money from YouTube comes from having a product. You can make thousands of dollars a month with only a couple thousand subscribers if you have the right product relevant to the kinds of videos that you make. Essentially, YouTube is a traffic generator. You can create content on YouTube, and this is going to put you in a position where you can generate traffic. From here, all you need is a product. And so I'll share my products as an example. I make courses on Udemy, and this is where I earn most of my passive income, so to speak. So if we go to instructor, I can go to revenue report. And so I earn like between $600 and $1,300 or $1,400 per month on the course. Understanding that the course sales reflect based on my YouTube growth and the course itself. The course is continuously being improved and getting better and better and better. So therefore, you know, it's selling more, it's easier to sell, and the YouTube channel gets bigger, which in turn, these numbers go up, right? But essentially, this money, so usually it's between $800 and $1,200. Like you can see in certain times of the year, I sell much more of it. Certain times it's less. In the beginning, I didn't sell that much, but it's grown. And this month, for example, so far it's $354, and we're a third of the way through the month. So I'll probably I'll get around $1,000 for this month. Which is, you know, $200 more than last month. There's these fluctuations, you know. But ultimately, that's another way that you can earn money, is by having courses. So you could literally, right now, you have nothing. You make a YouTube channel, and every day you upload videos about your pursuit of some kind of information. And then 6 months later, you just make a product that's essentially composed of everything that you learned, and you've developed an audience, and people will engage with it. And these things start out small, but they grow. And them growing becomes fascinating and a really fun thing, right? And so that's just another example, is like the combination of a YouTube channel and a course, right? And in my case, okay, I get some ad revenue from YouTube. I get money from the course, right? That's where most of it comes from. But then there's affiliate marketing. And this is something that, like, you can purposefully get into, but honestly, I wouldn't encourage you purposefully becoming an affiliate marketer, because a lot of them are really shisty. It's kind of better if you're doing other stuff, you find yourself with traffic, and then it makes sense to do some affiliate marketing. In my case, if you look at any of my videos, like let's go down to, all right, this one. We can see that I have tips about drop shipping, right? So then if you scroll down, you can see, all right, there's a link to a dropshipping course, okay? So that I make these videos, and that allows people, if they want, to get the course. But it's not like I don't even talk about the course all the time. You don't have to be pushy at all. But there's nothing affiliate related in this video. Whereas if I go to something like AutoDS, then we can find videos like this, right? Where I'm interviewing a creator of software on my channel, and oh, I don't have the AutoDS link here. Oh, I didn't have it yet. Okay, so here we go. I can show you what it looks like to add an affiliate link into a video. So I'm going to go to one of my other videos. So essentially, when I started doing videos with this person, I hadn't had an affiliate link set up yet. So we're going to look at one of the videos where I do have an affiliate link set up.
Are you an expert?
Here we go. Here's the affiliate link. So I can go to edit video. And I can get this. And this is my affiliate video. So, or my affiliate link to the software being talked about in this video. So now, we can just add that link there. So now, whenever anybody goes to the video, well, it hasn't updated yet, but we could see this one as an example. Whenever somebody looks at the video, they're going to be able to click right here if they want to look at the software. And then you see this part says Jack P. So basically they sign up, and then AutoDS knows, okay, this person came from Jack's YouTube channel, so I will get like a percentage of the monthly payments, right? And so that is essentially what affiliation is. It's when you provide people with some kind of traffic, and then they give you a cut of whatever product that they're selling. So for me, these are my favorite 3 ways to earn money because they're incredibly passive. I can spend 30 minutes making a video, and in the immediate month, I don't earn anything from it. I earn pennies from the ad revenue. But over the next year, that number grows, and in some videos, I end up earning between 30 and $100 for essentially 20 minutes of work, right? And that stacks by creating videos every single day. You don't even have to monetize all of them. Just have some of them monetized. There's so many different ways to monetize stuff. So affiliation is just one way. You can also get sponsored on YouTube, which means that you're basically paid to produce a certain kind of content, okay? And also, anytime you're established as any kind of expert, and honestly, you don't even have to be an expert, you just have to know a little bit more than most people, people are going to be willing to pay you to give them advice. Like, I regularly turn people down who email me saying that they want to pay me for, like, one-on-one consulting and training. Like, that's a reality, is that if you make videos about something, people are going to ask you for help. Even if you like, I was making videos showing people, like, my account getting banned, showing people, talking about all this stuff, and people still want my help. And that's what's really fascinating, is how that, like, yeah, anytime you expose yourself to people, there's going to be a lot of haters and trolls and that kind of thing. But really, like, putting yourself out there changes everything. It really does. Okay? So now we've talked a bit about affiliate income and earning money from a YouTube channel. So let's talk about some other ways to earn money online. For example, there's other platforms. So I told you about drop shipping or selling on eBay. You can sell on Amazon. You can actually drop ship on Amazon and sell physically on Amazon. If you're selling on Amazon physically, it's usually referred to as something called FBA, which is Fulfillment by Amazon. This is something that a lot of people do, because if you can even get a percentage of a percentage of a percentage of the traffic going through Amazon, you can get loads of money from that, okay? So essentially what Amazon FBA is when you buy something wholesale, you buy a couple hundred of it, and you ship it to Amazon, and there you have a listing on Amazon, and every time it sells, Amazon ships it out for you. So you don't even need to do that, okay? And essentially, a lot of people earn loads of money doing this. The problem is that you have to be really, really good at product research, because you have to be able to tell, like, okay, this is selling for this now, and I'm able to get this much of it, but competitors can get that much too. And by the time I'm actually able to sell it, it's been a month or two, so is it still going to be in demand? There's a whole game about the product research necessary to sell things in FBA. But again, it's another thing you can do. And almost any one of these things can be done to the point where it can be your full-time job if you scale it properly, okay? So there's selling on Amazon. Then there's other marketplaces as well, like Etsy. Like, if you really are an artsy, crafty person, there are people who have a full-time living just selling shit on Etsy. They make, like, jewelry and crap and sell it. Or knit, like, little baby outfits and stuff. Etsy's a place you can sell things. Mercari is another place that you can sell stuff. So is Poshmark. Except this is for like fashion clothing and it's interesting because in general, if you look at like e-commerce things and online and like user statistics, you can count on like 70 to 80% of the user base identifying as male, which could be that the internet that they've just said that they're male when they're not, or whatever, or it has nothing to do with their actual sexuality. It's just how the computer identifies their browser, right? Whereas Poshmark is 80% identified as female, which is very interesting because that's quite different compared to a lot of traffic on the internet. And I'm not trying to say that like only men use the internet, because it's absolutely not true that 80% of men use the internet. But if we go look at some analytics, for example, if I go to my Creator Studio and then I look at my analytics here, then we can find... one second. We're looking for gender. That's right. Here we go. See? 86% of the people who view my channel are male, supposedly. You know, that's a more typical ratio. And I don't know if that's actually true or if it's just because, like, how does the browser actually know if they're male or female? Is male just a default? Like, how does it determine that? I don't know. It's just interesting. Poshmark is very much... It is a website dominated by women, as both sellers and buyers. It's really, really interesting. So that's another place that you can sell stuff. What else? What other opportunities are there? We've talked about affiliate marketing. We've talked about YouTube channels. We've talked about courses. Oh, yeah, you can make software. All right, let's use Mark Augustine on YouTube as an example. So if we go to this channel, he does drop shipping videos. Here we go. See? And essentially, he has a product called DS Genie. Okay? DS Genie. I think it's dsgenie.com. Yeah. So this is the product. Okay? And this is essentially what a course is. And having traffic and a product, in Mark's case, a software program, is another way that you can earn money. Because you have traffic and then you have a way for people to monetize that traffic by interacting with your product, which could be a software creation, right? There's so many different ways to earn money online. And I really hope that this video has helped you understand that it's not a matter of if it's possible. It's a matter of how do you want to do it? All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.